Hello and welcome back to Kitco Mining with me, Paul Harris, here in Dawson City in Yukon, Canada at the Yukon Mining Investment Conference. This afternoon we're talking about gold exploration and I have great pleasure to be joined by Cor Coe, who is CEO of Sitka Gold. Good afternoon, Cor.
Good afternoon, Paul.
Thank you for joining us. Let's start off with a brief description and overview of Sitka Gold, who you are, where the company came from and your projects.
Okay, well, Sitka Gold came from a company of founders that had a company called Tundra Copper Corporation, and we took that company from inception to selling it in like 14 months. So we had a good return to shareholders. So we decided to form Sitka Copper 2016. We went public in 2017. We focused on jurisdictions that we consider mining friendly and safe. We ended up with a property in Arizona that has 5 million ounces of silver and 200,000 ounces of gold in a historical category. But so it's not compliant 43101, but it's been drilled twice and we're very comfortable with it. We're going to be exploring that more after we get our permits for the BLM. We're also in Nevada in the Carlin area, the projection of the Cortez Trend. We've taken a project that was a conceptual geological model. In 3 years, we've turned that into a proven Carlin signature type target that in 12 drill holes over 10 kilometers, we're getting like 21 meters of 1.21 grams per ton gold. So we're really excited that we're on a big target down there on the trend. But right now, our biggest excitement is up in the Yukon. We're drilling out a discovery that we made and announced last year. After only 21 drill holes, we ended up with a maiden resource of 1.34 ounces of gold per ton that were split into two deposits that are open in all directions. One is the Blackjack deposit, 0.83 grams per ton for 900,000 ounces. And the other is the Eiger deposit, that's 440,000 ounces of 0.5. If you blend those two, you end up with 1.32 or 1.34 million ounces of 0.68. So very competitive grade when you consider that the only producing mine in the Yukon, the largest gold mine in the Yukon ever, is got an inventory grade of around 0.61. So we're right in that area that you would feel comfortable with developing a resource. We're road accessible. We drill year round. We drilled last winter. Our holes came in, stepped out from the Blackjack deposit, 292 meters of 1 gram per ton. In hole 41, 200 meters of 1 gram per ton in hole 42. So there's a lot of room still to grow the Blackjack deposit that grades 0.83 grams per ton right now. Very excited. Had a tour there yesterday. It's always good to get investors on the property, show them how large it is. It's 376 square kilometers. There's 9 intrusions there. We're just focused on the low-hanging fruit right now. That's why we went into this Blackjack Eiger zone. And we're going to continue to drill through the summer and see if we can get that a lot larger before we start looking at our other areas of the property that have over 20,000 soil samples that have shown good gold recovery, good gold anomalies associated with these intrusions, LiDAR surveys, mag geophysics, prospecting, trenching. We've got a lot more targets that we want to focus in on, but not before we've seen how big the Blackjack Eiger zone area is.
Okay, so I've heard of a lot of investors mentioning the name Sitka, so presumably that's a good thing for you. Whereabouts in Yukon is the project?
Well, like I mentioned, it's road accessible year round. It's about a 2-hour drive from Dawson City where we are right now. It's off the main Klondike Highway, about 30 kilometers. So infrastructure is very good. And we found that drilling in the winter, also we have water year round. We're diamond drilling, so we need water. Obviously, we've got the labor pool here in town. If we get to that point where we're looking at that. And it's a brownfields area, network of roads around there. placer mining surrounds us off the mountain there, and has been for over 100 years. It's just a very fertile area that has been known for its gold for a very long time, but never had a deposit identified.
Okay, so you've now changed that. You've got your initial resource there. As you say, you'll just continue to drill. So how big do you think you could get that resource?
Well, we've just announced that we've identified that this structural corridor, extensional corridor, goes for at least 5 kilometers. That includes the Blackjack and the Eiger deposits. And there's actually been identified 4 intrusion stocks within that all have associated gold anomalies with them. So we think that we're just starting as far as the potential for where we're going to end up with, but comfortable to say there's going to be a few million ounces there in that small area, which is only like 1% of our property.
Okay, so looking sort of further ahead and perhaps more into sort of the company strategy, is this a project you're looking to eventually take forward into production, or are you looking for somebody else to eventually take over the project and take that final step?
Well, I've put a couple mines in production in the past, so I know what it takes to do that. I like to keep both options open, and right now stay focused on developing it and seeing how large it is. Obviously, when you get over 1 million ounces and you get 900,000 of 0.83, you can already start doing the back of the envelope math and say, well, what are we still drilling for? This thing looks like it could be a mine already. But yeah, so I don't like to really make a decision at this stage which way to go. I'm comfortable going either way, and only because I've done this before.
Okay, Yukon as a jurisdiction continues to attract attention from sort of exploration companies, new exploration companies, and obviously producers. Presumably that's very, very positive and helps add to the value of what you're doing.
Absolutely. The best thing for us was that when we came in the area and consolidated this district sale package of 376 square kilometers, the area was very quiet. Victoria Gold hadn't gone into production yet. Banyan didn't have a resource yet. It's helped the entire belt for Victoria Gold to go in production, prove that you can heap leach year round, make money. Snowline coming in, put a lot of eyes in the belt too. Same rocks, same type of environment for gold. So I think that the area is just starting to heat up. Our area alone, where there's an infrastructure of roads. 3 years ago, there was 9 million ounces there in deposits. If you add Victoria Gold and Banyan and us and Brewery Creek and everything, that's what there was. Fast forward to today, 3 years later, there's 18 million ounces. This is just with a few players like ourselves and Banyan and Victoria. It's just amazing that this belt stayed dormant for so long while Victoria Gold was developing. And now it's suddenly the eyes are on the belt. It helps that Victoria's in production. It helps that Snowline's had spectacular intercepts out there. And we're just glad that we got in early and got a good position in the belt that is very fertile. So,
and as you say, it's clearly showing that it has that sort of district scale potential. So imagine you're starting to receive incoming calls from the business development teams of bigger mining houses.
Well, yeah, that's goes without saying. Yeah, that happens for sure.
Okay, so in terms of sort of key catalysts coming up over the next sort of 6 to 12 months, what are going to be the key catalysts for Sitka?
I think growing the deposit and showing that we have additional potential on the property is key for Sitka getting the recognition that it deserves. Right now, we announced our resource in January. There's been no real positive reaction to the market. It's right across the board for juniors, basically. But yeah, the key catalyst, I think, is you just keep growing and finally it's undeniable that you've got a deposit that's got legs. So that's what we do. We're explorers. We now have a gold asset. It kind of takes us out of the pack because of that. and we want to just keep moving with that.
Excellent. Well, I wish you the best of luck with that. Corco, CEO of Sitka Gold.
Thank you.
And stay tuned to Kitco Mining for more from the Yukon Mining Investment Conference.